Chief Justice and Commissioners, please allow me, it may take a little bit of time to read from the various letters, the relevant paragraphs, people pointing to me, mentioning leadership attributes that I have. For instance, in its letter dated 24 June 2017, BLA had the following to say, just quoting 3 paragraphs. His understanding, that is myself, his understanding of our division is born of the fact that as an advocate, he has taken many acting stints in the bench of this very division. As such, we are confident that such acting stints have allowed him time and vast occasion to acclimatize himself with the division, its best attributes, which must be affirmed, and its challenges, which must be dealt with firmly and decisively. This is over and above the fact that he has since been appointed as judge in this division on a full-time basis. A judge president must lead a distinguished cohort of the legal profession in the form of his peers. He must thus enjoy their respect as an epitome of judicial excellence. We have no doubt that Mbenenge is a living example of these indispensable attributes of a judge president. Then lastly, BLA letter, Mbenenge has exemplified this leadership style, that is belief in the vitality of stakeholders, during the short period he has been acting as the Deputy Judge President for Mthatha. It is because we believe many challenges in the Eastern Cape call for a leader who is prepared to interact with stakeholders on the basis of necessity. And the Transkei Society of Advocates, in their letter dated 30 August 2017, says something, and I'm reading just 2 paragraphs from that nomination letter. I do this, CJ and commissioners, because it's better to let other people say something about you than you saying something about yourself. Paragraph 4. In everything he does, Judge Mbenenge strives for excellence and is intolerant of shoddiness and mediocrity. To some, he may come across as too strict at times, but the truth is that all he always wants is for the standards in his court to be kept at an appropriately high level and never to be dropped, which, in our view, is an essential attribute of a prospective judge president. A case in point is that he is currently an acting deputy judge president in our local division. Within a week or so of his taking over the reins as such, palpable improvements in the running of the division were observed and almost overwhelmingly remarked upon by the legal practitioners in our division. A similar trend to the entire Eastern Cape division that he would inculcate as a judge president would be most beneficial on a wider scale. And then the last paragraph of that nomination letter reads, as a judge, we consider him to be quite competent and having a firm yet fair hand in his dealings with those he interacts with. He delivers his judgments without undue delay, and their quality, in our view, are always impeccable. Display sound reasoning and well-researched, prompt delivery of judgment is a very essential attribute of a judge president of a division who has to lead by example. Perhaps let me pause here before I quote another letter. I counted no less than 7 judgments where I sat as part of the full court in instances where senior judges of the division actually called upon me to write the judgment, and they concurred with me in the final analysis, which means senior members of the bench in the Eastern Cape do repose their trust in me, and they respect me as a competent and capable lawyer. The nomination letter prepared by Advocate Mngandi, the paragraphs are not numbered, but it's not a very long letter, and I quote, he has in his short stint of less than a month been able to stabilize this division, resulting in a smooth running of the court that has not been seen for a while in these environs. In bringing stability to the court, he has led by example in ensuring that the courts start at the correct time and trials are progressing as they should. It is my view that if he were to lead this division, he would enable the Eastern Cape division to rate amongst the best performing divisions in the country. I have a firm belief that his appointment would be supported by the majority of structures in the profession. Close quote. And that did come to pass. the nomination letters, the number of the letters, the fact that they emanate from legal bodies is not without significance. Nadel's letter reads, "The role and the differences made in Mthatha during his short stint as the acting deputy president is another indication that indeed Mr. Justice Mbenenge is an appropriate candidate to be considered for appointment to the JP position." So in short then, allow me in conclusion to say the appointment of a judge president from junior ranks is not unprecedented in this country. Judge Homo was appointed judge on 1 November 1998. He became judge president on 1 November 2001. So after 3 years, he became JP. I can imagine there were many other senior people as part of that particular division. But in its wisdom, those who took the decision, or in their wisdom, took the decision they did. He's gone on retirement now, we all know, but things ran smoothly there as elsewhere, I guess. I could cite many examples. The issue of seniority has got this thing in it that in our minds at times we tend to be, how shall I put, we are hierarchical in how we look at things. It is as if the one who is the lead judge is the superior one. We could look at it from another angle. He is a chief servant. The other time I said it is not ascending to superiority, it is descending to servanthood if you get to be appointed as a JP. I could mention instances, for instance, Somyalo, when Judge Somyalo rather, when he was appointed JP, he had been judge effectively from 1 May 1995 and was appointed AJP on 18 January 1997 in the Mthatha court. There are many instances. I don't wish to bore this forum by citing all those instances, but we all know the history of this country. We've been following up on this, and I believe we've got lessons to learn from that. I am not in the least suggesting that regard may not be had to seniority, but context speaks, and my view is one can be elevated from junior ranks and become a JP, especially one who has been afforded the opportunity to prove oneself and has in fact proved oneself beyond reasonable doubt. In summary, I was here last time. I was not taken on. I don't have qualms with that. It was for a less senior position, but the difference is that once again, during, or let me say in the interim, I proved myself as a competent lawyer, and when afforded the opportunity by the most senior judge in the division, Ndlangulela AJP, I demonstrated that I could be a lead judge if afforded the opportunity to do that. Yes, CJ, I'm changing down now. You can hear my voice.
I realized you didn't want to leave any stone unturned.
Yes, lest somebody stumbles. Yes.
No, thank you so much.